What's going on, everybody? I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Today we're back with part 5 of our rankings video. So today is going to be the top 10 cosmic champions in the game. And I'm going to start it a little bit differently. I'm going to start with the honorable mentions and then move into the actual list. So in the honorable mentions, we have, first off, gameplay of the guy who'd probably be number 11, Carnage. He's maybe the most fun champion in the cosmic class, next to Cosmic Ghost Rider. He's so fun stacking the bleeds. It hurt me so badly not to put him on the list, but he is so good, and I love him so much. I like him more than some of the people on the actual list. You also have Terrax, who got recently buffed, great champion. And those are like the two main honorable mentions. There's a few others, but those are the two I wanted to hit on the most. Airwalker can be considered once you get him fully ramped up, but that's kind of useless. Silver Surfer was close to the list. He was probably like 13th. And yeah, I just think that there are some honorable mentions that need to be talked about, and I want to put them first. So now that those are out of the way, let's jump into the actual top 10. Now at number 10, I think we have one of the most overrated champions in the game, and that is Medusa. Now, she is still good enough to make this list, but I personally do not like playing with Medusa. I don't find it satisfying. I hate her, but she is really good, and I know that she has to make this list, or there will be riots in the streets. But I kind of wanted to put Carnage above her, but I mean, she does have her uses, I'm not going to lie. So she's really good armor breaks that can turn into armor shatters, so she's great for robots because it lowers the ability accuracy. She can get bleeds going, which can stack up to crazy damage. But outside of, without the Royal Synergy, I don't know if that's what it's called, but without the ones with Karnak and Black Bolt, she's much more underwhelming. Now, given I only have a 4-star Medusa, so I can't really talk about the highest level of her, but I don't really like playing her, but I know that she is very good. Like, Brian Grant used to be her favorite champion. They used to do everything together. You know, it was a pretty cute relationship, but he dumped her, sadly, and I can see why, because I do not think Medusa is as good as people say, but she's still good enough to make this list, barely edging out Carnage. So Medusa at number 10, but in the future, she might get bumped out for me. But I know a bunch of you love her, so I made it on the list. Now at number 9, sorry about that, we are going from one of the most overrated champions to one of the most underrated champions, and that's Red Goblin. Red Goblin is so fun to play. He's great for buffed up nodes, and the one with all the debuffs you need, I still can't remember it from last video even, but he's great for those matchups. He's a lot of armor breaks and incinerates, which give him great damage. And you can see right now he's not hitting for a lot, but after I throw the special 3, it's going to be an absolute powerhouse of damage. Now the special 1, if you end it on a light combo, gives you an energized buff, which gives you more power gain when you're attacking. Ending it with a medium gives you a fury buff for more damage, and then ending it with a heavy attack gives you an amplitude that increases your power gain and fury buff depending which you have. So I just want to skip to the part now when he throws his special 2, so we're going to skip to that really quickly. And you can see that as he throws this, it does so much damage to vision, and you can see all the like hits in between are hitting for like 23k medium sometimes. It's really, really good damage. He's so underrated, and I think he's just going to have more use and appreciation as time goes on. So number 8 will be Red Goblin. No, number 9. Sorry. I don't know why I'm mixing it up. Number 9 is Red Goblin. There we go. Now, I think something that a lot of people forget in this game is that the greatest utility that you can have is damage, and there's no greater display of no utility but insane damage than Cull Obsidian, who comes in at number 8 this time. He is an absolute freight train. Like, even his heavies right now are starting to hit for like insane numbers with the armor breaks. I think there was a 19k end of it before. He's so powerful. He feels absolutely like a titan to play. But everyone says the block proficiency takes him down. Now that Guardian's in the game, I think it makes him much more viable. And I have mine as a 6-star, so I have Adrenaline with him, so it makes him a lot easier to play with the block proficiency issue. And I definitely want to take mine up to rank 3 because he's so fun. He fits my playstyle perfectly. And the damage is so through the roof bonkers. It's so satisfying to use him. So soon we're going to throw off a special 3 right here, and you'll see. So I got to activate Route, which gives you 120% extra damage for each hit. And now just watch this. So Black Bolt is at 60% right now. So that's around like 280 to 300,000 health. Now, but watch this. So we throw it, he's down to 31, and he's dead. That was over 330,000 damage off one special 3 from Cull Obsidian. So people may say he's not good, doesn't have the utility, and I say I don't care. I like seeing 300k special attacks. So Cold Obsidian's at number 8, and I just love this guy. So his damage keeps him there. Now, coming in at number 7 is another champion that I find extremely underrated, and that is Vision Arcus. He's so useful, and so many people do not realize him, and I hope he gets more love in the future because my rank 5 is honestly one of my favorite champions to play. So you can see here he puts armor breaks on the opponents, and when they're armor broken, they're cold snapped, and that doesn't do a lot of damage. It's doing about 378 per tick. But you can see how much utility he has. Like, he just got up to a special 3 so quickly, and that was only with like 1 or 2 stacks of power gain. So his special doesn't hit that hard, but it's all about the utility with Arcus. So he can shrug off non-damaging debuffs with his tenacity ability, so not bleed, but like weakness or exhaustion, he can shrug that off. And once you throw your special 3, you do not have to be close to the opponent to apply the armor breaks. Like you can see, they're just applying immediately, no matter how far. And after that, you throw a special 2, you get an armor shatter. So this is extremely useful against robots, in my opinion, better than Medusa's armor shatter, because he also has some damage aside of it, and I just find him much more good to play. Now, his heavy attack's really fun. You can spam it in the corner, and look, I'm already back up to another special 3, which I'll throw off against this guy. And after this, you get a huge Fury. So once the opponent is armor shattered and you throw a special 3, you get a Fury buff, so that makes your damage go through the roof. And since you have so much power gain, you can get off like 2 special 2s and just makes him so much utility in him and gives him so much damage. Like, see here, hitting with the Fury, it's 4k non-crit mediums, 11k crit mediums, which feels so nice, especially off him. The cold snap damage is increased, so it's hitting for like 800. Now that special 2, no crits, but it still did a heck ton of damage. So yeah, I just love Vision Arcus. I hope he continues getting the recognition he deserves, because he's honestly one of my favorite champions and definitely one of the underrated ones in the Cosmic class. So he comes in at number 7. And now coming in at number 6 is probably the champion that I have the least about to say, and that is Venom. I mean, it's pretty simple. He's got buffs, he's got bleeds, he's got just armor breaks. He's just a really good champion. It's everything that a Cosmic should be. So you can see off his heavy attacks, when I throw them, you get a armor break on your opponent. You have a random chance to apply bleeds on them during your combos. And the buffs make them really good for buffed up nodes, and you can also like switch them up, and if you throw a special 2, they all get converted into Fury buffs, which gives them some nice damage. Now sadly, I only have a 4-star Venom, and this right here in Realm of Legends is not his ideal matchup, so it's not going to look that impressive. But in an ideal matchup, Venom is so sick. I love playing him. It's very simple, very easy, so it's great for progressing players. And yeah, oh, also, one of the most important abilities is if the opponent has buffs and you're low on health, you can throw a special 1 that essentially acts as a nullify, where you take their buffs and it gives you regeneration. So it helps you stay topped off. It's great for sustaining him. And yeah, I don't really have much to say more about Venom. He's a great champion, easily a top 10 Cosmic, and he's very close to the top 5, but a recently buffed champion just knocks him out for me. And that recently buffed champion coming in at number 5 is Angela. Now, once again, sadly, I do not have a ranked up Angela. I have not been really spending that much time ranking up my Cosmics, but she will be going up in the future because I find her very, very fun to play after her buff, and she just feels so smooth. So first off, Angela has a lot of buffs, as do all Cosmic champions. She's got some armor breaks off the special attacks, which was a great part of her buff so that they can do more damage, but she's still basic combo oriented. But one of the key abilities with her that is almost one of the most best in the game, I feel like, is that ability to become immune to all types of debuffs. So she becomes only the 2nd champion that can go immune to degen, aside from Spider-Ham, of course. And that gives her so much utility alone, I feel like. And I know people like Brian Grant have used her in the Content Creator Beta, shown her in some Act 6.2 against Mr. Sinister boss. It's just really impressive. She's great now. I think she's easily top 5. A lot of people would put her above some of the champions in the top 5, but I still think she's not good enough to do that. But definitely one of the best Cosmic champions in terms of damage and utility. She's got it all. So I think her use is only going to go up, and I definitely want to start taking her up in the future. So Angela will come in at number 5 for now, but she might end up passing some of the people on this list. Now, coming in at number 4 is Captain Marvel movie. And I know you're thinking, Why are you using a 3-star? You could literally just use a 4-star or a 5-star, and you could show so much of her damage, so much better. And to that, I say my best Captain Marvel is a 3-star, so I do not have any better gameplay I can get, so we're going to have to deal with this. And it does not look impressive, but believe me when I say her damage is through the roof insane. And she has some utility along with it. So throwing off special ones builds up her binary charges, which will send her into binary ignition at 25. And if your Captain Marvel's awakened, you become indestructible, which is so useful for a bunch of nodes like Icarus. You can use her because when you hit the binary mode, you become immune to the degen with your indestructible debuff. So right here you can see against Winter Soldier, it just activated, and although it doesn't look like I'm hitting for a lot, in some like 5 or 4 gameplay, these would be huge numbers. So I think that Captain Marvel is a great champion. She's similar to Mole Man in the fact that you can keep those charges up by throwing heavy attacks, but personally I find her even a little bit trickier to play than Mole Man because her heavies do not give you as many charges and they expire faster. But I cannot deny that she's still insanely good. Legacy was one of the first people to take her up to 6-star rank 3, so he has some great gameplay of her. I recommend you check that out. But yeah, she's great for all cosmic champions, like buffed up nodes with her Furies right there. She can apply some armor breaks that are great for damage. And yeah, Captain Marvel movie is a champion that I wish to get in the future as a higher ranking star. So I will take her up when I do that, because she's just that much fun and that good. So easy number 4 spot for me. And now we head into the top 3, and this is where the list differs for pretty much everyone. So we all know who they're going to be. It's Hyperion, Corvus, and Cosmic Ghost Rider. And at number 3, I have Hyperion. So Hyperion is probably the closest comparison I can make in the class is to Cull Obsidian, just because he has so much damage, but he also has utility, unlike Cull Obsidian. So you can see these power gains that I'm getting. It lets him throw so many specials in such quick succession. His heavy attack gives him a bunch of fury buffs. Special 2 can sometimes stun. It's a pretty good chance, but I haven't gotten lucky this match. It also applies an armor break, so that gives you even more damage. Special 1 has a ton of incinerates, which can be great for damage over time matches. And his special 3, one of the most overlooked pieces of utility I see, is that you can get a regen. It's pretty actually a meaty regen. You can get up to like 10 to 20% of your health back, but it does take a while to activate, and it does take a while to get all the health back. But yeah, Hyperion's just a beast. The only reason he's not higher is because he is kind of garbage with Suicide Mastery. You can use him for like 2 or 3 fights, and then he's down to like no health. But aside from that, when you're not running Suicides, he might just be the best Cosmic Champion, but I don't even know if I would put him there yet. So definitely better than Captain Marvel movie, I'd say, but not quite as good as the top 2 head honchos in the Cosmic class. So a great champion, number 3, but not quite the top 2. Alright, now before you all start throwing things at the screen and disliking the video, I will say, without question, that if you're running Suicides, Corvus is the best champion in the Cosmic class, easily. There's no question about it. He gets so much more damage. Like right now, I'm hitting for 5.9k mediums. If I had Suicides, these would probably be near 8k, so the damage increase is so good. You can see that was an uncollected boss just down in like 20 seconds. It's so good. Corvus is easily the second best champion in the game, arguably the first. But here's the thing, for long fights, he ain't that good. That's not like new information to anyone. But in those short bursty fights, he's beyond broken. Off his head, those graphic parry and armor break is great because when Red Skulls and Power Ducks, he takes away all their armor breaks, which boost your damage to the same level for a few seconds. And then obviously, the best thing about Corvus is that I believe he's one of those champions that deserves a generic gem if you have it. Because it has saved me so many times, it's not even funny. Like in incursions, I'll be at the final boss and my friend will have died, and so you have the lengthy generation node, but I'm still able to take it because Corvus just stays at 1%, and as long as you don't take block damage, you can kill it, because he has the damage to do it. So, I love Corvus so much, so glad I took him at 3, and I can't wait to unlock Suicides. He's so great. For now, he's number 2. And that means that number 1 is Cosmic Ghost Rider. So this is probably the greatest debate in the community right now among the classes, Cosmic Ghost Rider versus Corvus. And here's the reason I put him at number 1. With Suicides, Corvus is better, but Cosmic Ghost Rider is still very good. And here's the thing, without Suicides, Cosmic Ghost Rider is really, really good, and Corvus is only good. So it's the combination of both sides of the coin that make Cosmic Ghost Rider edge out Corvus for me, but also because I feel like he has more utility in a way than Corvus. Now, Corvus' Awakened ability easily beats any of the utility that Cosmic Ghost Rider has individually, but the overall utility that he has, I believe, is more. So obviously you have the armor breaks, but similarly to Cosmic Ghost Rider, all of his utility comes out of the Awakened ability. So you get the Damnation debuff, which power locks the opponent, nullifies all their buffs, and I think there's one more thing, but I can't quite remember at this time. It gives a small degeneration, but that's not the importance. You also have so many buffs, the power gain, the aptitudes, furies, precisions, cruelties. It's just so diverse. I know Slayer of Gods is basically the king of Cosmic Ghost Rider. He knows every rotation possible, and he's probably coming up with more as we speak. So the amount of versatility that he has versus Corvus's kind of basic, just try and kill the opponent with special 2 before you have to reset your glaive charges, I think that edges out Cosmic Ghost Rider, so he just wins for now. He's easily, in my opinion, the best Cosmic Champion without suicides, and just slightly the best Cosmic Champion overall because Corvus is still insane. You have to give him respect. It's probably the closest battle. I go back and forth on it mostly every day, but for now, I think I'm pretty confident saying that Cosmic Ghost Rider is the best in the class. So that is going to do it for our ranking. I know this is probably my most controversial one so far, so feel free to leave your opinions in the comments below as well as your lists. I really like reading those. And I just want to say thank you for watching the video. If you want to subscribe, feel free, but it's not intended at all. You don't have to. Just viewing this video means a lot to me. So be tuned for the next 2 days. Somewhere in between there, we're going to be releasing the top 10 Mutant champions. And I think you have an idea of who's going to end up landing pretty high on that list. And I do not care if you agree with it or not, because he is that good, and I'm pretty sure you know who he is. Based off my channel, that is. So I'll see you guys then. I hope you enjoyed this one, and have a great day.